Hey nerds, Bevan here, welcome back to my channel. Today, I can finally say I have watched Alien. Welcome back to movies I should have seen by now. That's right, I have never seen Alien before today, but today I can see I've seen it. My only experience with the Alien franchise before today was Alien vs. Predator, and I kinda liked that movie. I've said it before on this segment of the channel that these older movies from the late 70s and the early 80s, these sci-fi movies, they're just too slow for me. Like, I had paused this movie to go take a whiz, and it had been like 26 minutes, and nothing had happened yet. People had just been standing around talking shit and pushing buttons. To be fair, I don't think I was in the right frame of mind for this movie. It was the middle of the day, it's the long weekend, I just want to like relax and not like focus on stuff. But this movie, like, you need to focus on it, and I will totally admit that. But one reason you need to focus so much is because the fucking sound is horrible. I couldn't tell you how many scenes, I couldn't count how many scenes. There'd be like a group of people talking or two people talking, and like you'd hear one just fine, but then the person who's like 3 feet behind them, you couldn't hear them at all. And like I had my sound cranked up almost to the max. And the only reason it wasn't at max is because I didn't want like some explosion to happen and blow up my speakers. Because, you know, nowadays dialogue is always way quieter than action scenes, and you're constantly turning the volume up and turning the volume down. And I didn't want to like fucking max the sound out, because on my TV it goes up to 100 for volume. And I had it at 85. And I still could barely hear a ton of the dialogue. So that was also probably a huge reason I didn't take much out of this movie. Another one is just the pacing. Like I said before with Blade Runner and Mad Max and even Indiana Jones, and I'm saying it with Alien, is that the pacing of these movies that are 30, 40 years old are just so slow compared to today's standards. I'm sure back in 1979 or whatever year this movie came out, it was a horrifying, suspenseful thriller of a movie. But now, here in 2016, I've seen 106 survivalist movies, and they're all much faster paced, and I enjoyed them all more. That's not true. I will say I enjoyed Alien more than Predator. And really, other than the sound and the pacing, I can't really think of specific reasons why I didn't super enjoy this movie. There were parts of it, fuck off. There were some parts I kind of really enjoyed. They all happen in the very latter parts of the movie, and there was actually parts I was expecting that I didn't get that I'm just going to assume were from sequels. Like, I didn't get to see Ripley put on that sweet big giant mech suit and fight an alien. I assume that happens later. I didn't get to see the scene where she's like cowering against a wall and then the fucking comes at her face. I didn't see that. We also just didn't see that much of the alien. We didn't see the alien really do anything. It took almost an hour for the first chest burster to come out, where it's like and then when the guy went to go, you know, retrieve the cat, that they thought was contaminated, I guess, he died, but we didn't really see it. It was just like the mouth kind of like bit his face, and then that was really it. The alien had that other girl cornered, and the black guy was in the background, and they both saw the alien, but didn't really see anything there. Like, the only time you actually saw the alien do anything, it got killed. It got shot into space off the escape ship and went into a jet or an engine or whatever it was and got blown up. So that's disappointing. Super disappointing. But let's talk about the relationship between Ripley and the cat. I'll make it very clear right now that I fucking hate cats. My girlfriend has one and I live with a cat, and he's an asshole. And I just don't like cats. But in this movie, the cat was the character I felt the most sympathy for. First off, why did they even have a cat on this ship? Second off, after the cat, like, runs away from all of them, and then he gets cornered by the dude who's trying to retrieve the cat, and then the guy gets killed by the alien. The cat kind of like runs off. Ripley eventually finds the cat again and is like, oh hey look, a cat and a box. I'm gonna put this cat in this box. Out of all of the living creatures on that ship, other than the alien, the cat probably had the best likelihood of survival on its own. It can hide in more spots than a human. It can run faster than a human. It can eat the dead humans. But Ripley puts the cat in the box and then runs away. And then eventually runs back to the same place after she hits the self-destruct button. And then finds this cat in the box and is like, oh hey, I'm going to save this cat now. So that was cool. Like, I'm glad they didn't just fucking leave the cat there because I thought the cat was going to get eaten. But so she picks up the cat box and is running and like starts throwing the box around so like she can do other stuff. And I'm like, fuck, what is going on? Then they escape and she takes the cat out of the box and it puts the cat into like this weird pod. Like this fucking... I don't even know. So I'm very interested to know if this cat has a recurring role in the movie Aliens. Overall, I'm not going to say I enjoyed this movie. I could see why people did, though, in the 80s. And that's really all I got for today. So I want you, watching at home, to comment below what your favorite movie in the Alien franchise is. So far, mine is Aliens vs. Predator. If you like this video, hit that like button, and if you really like this video, hit that subscribe button, because I'm putting out 2 videos every single week. Visit sasspodcast.com, follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Bevan Boychuk. And until next time, folks, I am out like a light.